So here we are. This is the truck camper. Never really given a good tour of it, but it's a 2003 Lance Lite 835. It's a 8.5, so 8.5 foot solid side truck camper. It's a full height. You can see I'm about 6 foot tall, so plenty of room. Technically sleeps 5. This is a bed here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then you got 2 up there, and believe it or not, that's a bed. But this whole thing fits in the bed of my truck. It's small, but that's the beauty of it. Everything is right here where you need it. So you come in the back door. Over here you've got a dinette. This actually slides out so you can put people on the back side of it. Yes, I'm eating pork rinds, don't judge me. It also spins, so if the people on the sides want to sit booth style, and then it slides obviously in and out from there. Then this tabletop drops down, sits on this platform here, making this flat. So you go, okay, well, the front's wider than the back. How does that work? Well, they thought everything. That comes out like that. Same angle as the front. And then you use your pillows, your cushions, which are very, very well designed. And those actually will take up the entire flat space, with the exception of the one across the back wall stays up for a little cushion from the wall. And make sure you've got a nice comfy bed. It is actually long enough for me to lay down on. I don't know if you were much taller than 6 foot if it would be comfortable, but it does a nice job. Up here you got storage. Cabinet on each side, and you can see I actually keep my Easy up in there for traveling. Keeps it out of the way. But to access this, this is actually a bed for a child or a small person, but it makes a great place to store your stuff. There's a board there that slides out to cover these, but makes a great place for all your storage. Even some bigger things you wouldn't normally have a place to keep, like the Easy Up. They thought about a lot of things with portability in these. For example, this light's an LED. I boondocked for a week last year, 7 nights, where you basically no electricity or anything. This camper actually will run off of propane for the refrigerator and the furnace, with the exception of the furnace blower, and actually keeps it nice and toasty in here, only using propane and a little bit of electricity to turn the blower. Starting a truck up every couple of days was plenty enough to keep the battery up and keep us comfortable. During the day, I ran the fan up here. This is called a Fantastic fan. It's got its own thermostat. It cranks up and down. Above there, even though that's the outside, there's a roof cover. It's called a max air, and there's vents across the back, so when you're driving down the road, the wind blows by, you can still get airflow through there, but rain doesn't come in when you're parked, and it actually gives you a little bit of shade from the sunlight. It's got 3 different speeds. Oh, there's some leaves in there. I'll have to take care of that. But you can control it with a thermostat too, so that's nice. Over here is your pantry, and it's not too exciting. You can actually take this shelf out and use it as a clothes closet if you want. Over here, fan for your stove. You've got a 3-burner propane stove here, as well as an oven. It's not going to do much more than some cupcakes, but hey, it'll work. The stove is self-sparking too, which is kind of cool, kind of like the sparker on your barbecue grill, which is actually really nice to have. Over here, 2 basin sink, excellent condition. Everything's in nice shape in here. All the mini blinds are steel, which is nice to have something good and durable. Going up here, you've got some storage on this side, and over here you have your microwave. Up here is your systems monitor. You can see that the fresh water holding tank and gray water are all empty. That's because I had it winterized and haven't used it for the year. The battery's full. This is the pump for your water system. We're not going to turn that on right now just because I don't want to pump the antifreeze out until I absolutely have to. Up here's just a nice little shelf. On the back side of that, you've actually got a place to keep all your stuff. Namely, what I keep in there is all the stuff for my television, the little TV antenna, all my cords and everything, because over here you've got a mount for a flat screen TV, which takes up this area right here, and then you can aim it back at the bed too, so you can watch TV in bed or there. Up there you've got carbon monoxide, a propane detector. Yes, I have the smoke detector off the roof because it was beeping at me and I need to put a new battery in it. Down here you have a carbon monoxide detector, so all three types of gas that you could be concerned with are being monitored. This is a little extra shelf for the kitchen area here, but you can remove that, and when you remove it, that's actually the step that you climb on to get up into the front bed. That's actually the water tank. It's, I want to say, 37 gallons, which is an incredible amount of water for a unit this size. When you slide this back, this is actually where the bed of the truck would end and the cab would begin. So you can actually see into the cab of the truck here. And what's really nice is your rear view mirror shoots right across here, and behind there's a little fisheye lens if you pull that open, and it lets you see what's going on the road behind you. So you still have a rear view mirror in that case. That's really nice too. Let's put this back. See if I can do it one-handed here. Okay, up here is a full queen size bed. It's a very comfortable bed. Love it. It's just as comfortable as what I have at home. Up above you've got a really large vent, but what's more important is because people can ride in the back of these. I don't want to say it's technically legal, but you can ride back here. It's actually an escape hatch like on the roof of a school bus, and there's been a few nights when coaxed by a couple of beers, me and my friends have already ended up sitting up on the roof climbing through that hole. There's also a ladder to get down the back should that swing shut on you by accident. We found that out the hard way too. A couple of little linens, storage closets up there on the front, great for some clothes. You've got storage room on the side here. Those are excellent for duffel bags and whatnot, and then of course some room for hangers and just some small items over there. Both windows on the side slide open. They have screens in them, as well as the kitchen window slides open, and the large window next to the dinette. The back window is fixed as well as the front window. The front window has a storm window on it also, so that way if you're traveling down the road in the rain, it's not going to fog up on you and create condensation inside, which is a big problem for any camper. Going up top, have an air conditioner. It's a Coleman Mach. I want to say it's a 13.5 is the size. All I know is you could house penguins in here once that guy's up and running. It does a hell of a job for a unit this size. Coming over here, this is a two-way refrigerator. It's three-way refrigerator. It's 12 volt propane and plug-in. So you can plug it in, turn it on, forget about it. You can also run it going down the road off of propane, or if you're in a site where there's no electricity, off of propane. You can continue running it, and it takes a very, very minimal amount of electricity to run the pilot light in there to get it up and running. So once that pilot light is lit, you're in good shape. You can also run it off the truck going down the road if you don't want to waste your propane, off the 12 volt system. It's a nice sized fridge, plenty of room, movable shelves. Got a place here in case you got a jug of milk, bottle of wine, anything like that. They fit in there real nice. And then there's enough room for some hamburgers, hot dogs, things like that, whatever you might want to freeze that you don't want laying around in the fridge getting stale on you. Of course, some storage under here. You've also got these units here, and when you're in the truck, this would actually be your wheel well in this area. So it bulges out from the inside, but in front of it there's dead space because it has to clear that to slide in. So they don't use that space, and that's actually what these hatches open up to. I only keep them open for a minute because I don't want bugs flying in, but that goes to the outside, which would normally be the area in front of that space. So you can reach out and store stuff in the dead space at the front of the bed next to the wheel wells. And if you could see past my chairs there, you would actually see the other one. Electrical outlet here. Of course, or excuse me, electrical panel. All the things you'd expect there. And then in here is, besides all my grass for drinking and straining pasta and whatnot, that's actually your hot water tank, all your valves, your water pump, and something really cool they do in these is this is your winterized valve. You take this hose, which goes all the way down on the floor. You set a jug of antifreeze here on the floor, and you throw that, you turn the pump on for a minute, and the whole system pumps antifreeze in, so you never have to run it anywhere but just through that pump, which works awesome. Used it last year, and wish my old RV had that. Moving over here into the bathroom, you've got towel hooks on the doors, and the shower curtain would normally pull across here, but I got to buy a new one. The old one was looking a little funky. You've got a couple of skylights in here. One is a stationary. This actually lets a ton of light in during the day. The other one is another roof vent with a max air cover over it. This one does not have a fan, but it lets the steam out of the shower when you're using it. Full corner vanity, which is really nice. Toilets down there, and of course you say, well, this is a wet bath, everything gets wet, where's the teepee go? I thought of that too. So you got a little, I call it the submarine hatch, with the toilet paper in there. Yeah, pretty neat. Lance took the time to put ducting in the bathroom, which is a phenomenal thing to have, because normally most campers only blow out of here. So they put some ductwork there, and you really don't have a problem getting heat up to the bed, because of course heat rises and it just kind of naturally flows up there. And it was plenty toasty in here in the 40-degree nights camping last fall. The septic system is also ducted. This has a cold weather package, a winter package in it, and the ductwork from the furnace actually goes into the septic system underneath, so that your poo and gray water doesn't freeze. Your roof hatches, the two in the bathroom, the fantastic fan, and the escape hatch up front all have these covers, which I store under the bed just so they stay nice and flat. These covers that snap over them, and those are actually insulated. That's part of the cold weather package. That's going to keep condensation from getting on them and dripping on your head when you don't want it to. And also there's some extra insulation under the bed and under the floor to keep your toes warm and just help out a little bit at night. So that's the Lance 835. This is a 2003, and I believe I'm the third owner. It's kind of hard to get a history on these things, but regular thermostat for the furnace. It's a nice unit. Lots of room,